family will return to the state apartments, Windsor Castle, where the Queen and Duke have spent so much of the past year during the pandemic. Glory of the Order of the Garter, its banners, the icons of its knights, and of course the insignia of the Duke of Edinburgh placed on the altar. Here at St George's Chapel, the Queen's State Bentley, ready to take Her Majesty back to her home, a main home at Windsor. The Dean of Windsor will be comforting the Queen, as will other members of the family, reflecting on the service. And she will leave the chapel via the Galilee porch, where she and the Duke entered and left so many times over the years during their long life together. The route where earlier there were hundreds of members of the armed forces lining the route all the way down Chapel Hill to that horseshoe cloister and that guard of honour. Empty now, tranquil in the spring sunshine. Royal cars pulling up, waiting for the royal guests to emerge. There will be some talk inevitably about the elements of the service itself, what they said about the Duke, the fact that he'd selected them, and the order in which he'd selected them, and the pieces of outstandingly beautiful music that we heard. The setting of Psalm 104 to the music that he'd commissioned from William Lovelady. The great reading from the book of the Preacher, Ecclesiastes, with its dramatic language about the forces of nature, the beauty of nature and the terror of nature, reflecting the Duke's love of nature, his love of the environment, a reading which summed up his attitude to life and the causes that he championed. Dean of Windsor, David Connor, who presided over the service, officiated with dignity and calm, accompanied the Queen to the car. Where earlier the Land Rover hearse descended towards the chapel. The route now in reverse as Her Majesty returns via the Round Tower. Great state standard flying, turning to the royal family's private apartments in the castle. Duke of Cambridge and his wife, the Duchess of Cambridge. Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry here, without his wife, Duchess of Sussex, who was advised not to travel to this funeral because of medical reasons, and all other members, senior members of the royal family. Harry and his brother exchanging a few words as they walk back up the hill, the Chapel Hill, which they know so well. Duke of York, in a relatively rare public appearance at his father's funeral. They too will have been marked by the simple dignity of the funeral that they've attended. The second reading, read by the Archbishop, a short reading, but a reading that delivered one message, and that was to be of firm faith, of robust Christian faith, and to confront the doubts of faith head on, very much in keeping with the Duke's own philosophy. The Royal Town, Windsor, in the Royal Borough, which has seen so many great royal occasions over the years. Bathed in sunshine today, the great river there in the background. And the cars taking the last remaining elements of the congregation from the chapel back to the castle path.
Tapos na no, battery na ako, bakit man?
Wala man, mahirap yun.
Wala nang battery.
I'm sure that you at home will have been reflecting as we did in
Ay, wala
Robert
naman.
and Katie on the beauty of that service in its simplicity